we're about the youth. There's going to be so many youth that's going to enter into the system the wrong way. We see little things going on, and it looks like our laws or tarts and whatnot are being more lenient toward these kids. I don't understand it, and that's what's coming out here. What other programs, you mentioned several that you had that you're initiating or have in place to try to engage our youth? And here's one question: says, Chief, 2,000 youth will join the low crime rate in Fort Washington community this fall. How can residents engage in these students to keep them out of this crime thing?
Well, let me say a few things, because I probably can talk all day about the youth and my love for engagement with youth. Here's where we're at. I'll say this in our system, because we often focus on the small amount of group who's doing this most visible damage. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of our young people, they are living right. They're doing just young, kid stuff. Some of it's dumb, just like we did. Some of it's ignorant, but where it crosses the line is when it's violent, when you commit violent crimes, and it's not some petty graffiti or shoplifting and things like that, but when you commit violent crimes. But the vast majority of our young people, they are really doing what is right. They are trying to live their lives. They're trying to contribute, trying to find their place in what will be their world, their environment, and they're doing right. And then we had a small group who is not, and we really generally deal with, I would say under 100 kids out of the thousands of kids who are in Prince George's County who are doing things that will cause you great harm, that will cause bodily injury. Judge Pearson, who's a very good judge over at in the courts, juvenile court, he did a program for himself that is trying to hold parents accountable and cause them to come down, be a part of the solution, because we always state the problems over and over, and the solutions are more difficult. So he's doing a great job at that. Internally, the police department is just what it is, a police department for law, focused on compliance, cooperation, enforcement, prevention, engagement, a community policing philosophy. We do all those things. But oftentimes, I think Mr. Holloway said that it was a thankless job. Well, when it's a thankless job, we usually get a lot of the jobs with counselors, with teachers, with social workers. Some of us, have preachers. We have all kinds of hats that we're wearing while we do this job. One of those hats that we wear proudly is to contribute a percentage of our time in interaction with young people. So that is why we have Explore programs. That is why we try where we need funding for it. This is why we have the Police Athletic Activities League, where we're doing STEM and we're doing leadership lessons and we're doing camps with soccer and basketball and baseball. We have the Cal Ripken Field, first of its kind, over on Barlow Road, first on a police property facility, where we're training kids, we're mentoring kids, we're being a part of their lives, trying to show them who we are in a different capacity before we have to pull out some handcuffs and arrest people that we want to show them we're human beings, we care about them, we want to see them do really well. So we have those deals. Now, what can you do as a community? Here's a stat for you. If young people don't know how to read by third grade, they become a candidate for the juvenile justice system just a short time later. And they will become future candidates for a penal institution, all on the fact of not knowing how to read. So I would say contribute in which way you can. Either you're contributing in time, or that's volunteerism, or you're contributing in funds if you have the means, or you're just contributing and speaking well and forwarding those things to be progressive with it. We have to get involved in a volunteer capacity. We have to give to those charities. We have to make our voices known to the county council, to the state delegates and senators, to the U.S. senators and reps, that we care about our youth. We want funds going toward their development. We want programs that keep them off the street. The same things that helped us. I'm an old guy now. The things that helped me was Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, PAL. All those things were after school events that parents were at work or they were driving home, but it gave us an avenue so we wouldn't, what they say, idleness is the devil's workshop. That's what they say, right? So it kept us occupied, and we have to put things on the weekend. We have to cater to where the kids are now. They're into things. They're not into a lot of outside stuff. But if you put on video tournaments and they want to think that they are entertainers, that they can, rap a few lines and all these things, you have to actually meet kids where they are to bring them out of that environment. We're doing our part. I think what you can do is find a way to contribute to that, whether it's reading programs, it's volunteer programs, it's giving some money, it's taking kids. We took kids fishing out on National Harbor twice, kids who had never been fishing. They caught a fish. The impact on young people, showing them a better way. I can speak all day. What I'm saying is, in the end, get involved by any means necessary in one of those things. Time, volunteerism, funds, or really speaking out against it and making phone calls in support of funding and avenues for young people. We have to do one of those three.